both coordination type tests. Again, reach and grasp, that could be, you could hold something up and have them reach up and grasp. That would kind of test just their coordination, and also it would test just, you know, flat out coordination, and also test for dysmetry as well. Rapid alternating movements is just what I just said, either test for dysdiadochokinesia, so RAM is rapid alternating movements. The vision screen cranial nerve test, so testing any of those cranial nerves for 3, 4, and 6. We do the H test, okay, and then to work on tracking to figure out whether or not they can track, and they can read a line for you, or you could have them follow your finger or hold a pen up and have them follow the pen. So that would be good test for tracking. With the VOR, the easiest, best way to do that would be with the head impulse test. And then peripheral vision, we know how to do that, and it's easiest to get behind the patient and come in from all 4 sides with the peripheral vision, and test that way, and that gives you some good information as well. Static and dynamic sitting balance screen. Okay, if your patient is sitting, you want to make sure you're guarding them, and this you would want to do from the front and the back, so just give them a little nudge, and you can do that from the back so that they can anticipate.
Oh no.
Or you can do it from the front where they can kind of see you coming, and they can anticipate a little bit, but you would want to do that from both. And you would want to challenge them a little bit, have them reach for something, okay? Have them pick something up off the floor. Have them make sure that they can cross midline and still keep their balance. So all of those items with the sitting balance, that they could still keep seated, and that they're not going to be overextending themselves so that they keep on going. With a lot of neuro patients, you're going to have them reach, and what's going to happen is this is what you're going to get. So if they can reach and catch themselves and bring themselves back up, then that would be a negative test. This would be a positive test if they just keep going and they can't recover. They're having trouble with their writing mechanisms. Okay. And so it would be the same thing with standing up. It would be the same thing with standing up. You stand behind them, you stand in front of them, and you could give them a little nudge at each shoulder. You could give them a little nudge at each hip. Do it from behind, do it from in front of them. Have them reach, have them grasp things, have them reach down the floor and pick up something. You can have them stand on a mat and shift weight. Just as much as you want to end up testing them to see where they are in terms of their standing balance would be fine. And then it's always a good idea to walk with these patients and just go ahead and have them do a regular gait. If they use some type of an assistive device, have them use their assistive device. And then it's always a good practice to go ahead and have them walk on their toes. And then try walking on their heels. And that's just going to challenge their dynamic balance. So you're testing static balance, sitting and standing, and you're testing dynamic balance with their walking capabilities. Okay, and then tandem. You can either give them a line, and chances are that's going to be the best thing to start with. You know, don't put them up on a balance beam if you have no idea how they're going to do. So have a line on the floor and have them walk tandem, one foot right in front of the other. The more narrow you make that base of the support, the more difficulty they're probably going to have with that. So try a long step first. If they do fine with that, say, okay, go ahead and touch your heel to your toe and try it that way. And then you can make it a little bit more difficult and put them on a balance beam. And in one of the school systems, there's a 2x4. It has written a magic marker on it, PT balance beam. Low budget. But I mean, it works. And that way, the patient doesn't feel terribly threatened because they're, not far off the ground. So you can use anything for a balance beam. You don't have to order a $100 AirX balance beam in order to do that test. And then you can test muscle strength. think what other things that I don't have on here. Oh, this is the whole thing with vital signs. You guys feel okay with vital signs, don't you? I'd be okay to sign you off on vital signs, wouldn't I? Do you feel like you need to review them? What's the upper reaches of what you want to see for blood pressure?
Which one? Systolic or non-stop?
What's considered high blood pressure?
120 and 170.
What are you looking for a pulse?
80 to 100.
70 to 80. For a person that's more fit, it's going to be a little bit lower than that. Respirations, what are you looking for with respirations?
Over 20. 10.
Average 16, yeah. What's the best way to check for respirations?
When they're not paying attention.
They'll say, okay, I'm going to watch your breathing now. Because then it's not, they think too much about it. So it's better to go ahead and sort of do it when they pretend like you're still taking the pulse. Does that help, Rob?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody